Hello everyone, good day for all. Welcome back to Ayursamveda, a smart way to Ayurveda. We have finished the Fastrack revision series of paper 1 of Padartha, Vinjana, Evam, Ayurveda, Ithihasa. If you have not watched those videos, please click the I button to access them. Moving with the Fastrack revision series of paper 2. The first topic is Pramana or Pariksha Vijnaniya. The word Pariksha means Paritaha Ikshanam Pariksha. That which means to see carefully in all the directions. Parikshade yaya buddhya sa pariksha. Investigation performed to get real knowledge of an object through one's own intellect is also known as pariksha. And valid knowledge which we establish or what we get after different examinations is also known as pariksha. And with the help of the pramanas, that is different tools of knowledge is there, that is called as pramana, and by using this pramana what all the real knowledge what we obtain is called as pariksha. Next is the pramana. Prama is one of the term which is being explained in the context of pramana. Prama means yathartha anubhavaha prama, that is the real or valid knowledge is known as prama. Another term which we come across in pramana is prameya, that is yo arthaha pramiyade tat prameya. What object of valid knowledge is called as prameya, that is the knowledge what we obtain is called as prama, and about what thing we are obtaining that knowledge, that is called as prameya. And next is pramada, that is the person who is eager to acquire the knowledge or the person who is obtaining that particular knowledge is called as pramada. And by what instrument or by what means we are obtaining this knowledge, that is called as pramana. So these are the four terms which is coming under the topic of pramana, that is prama, prameya, pramada and pramana. Prama means the knowledge what we are obtaining. Prameya means the object of which what we are obtaining the knowledge. Pramada, who the person who is obtaining that knowledge, and pramana, the instrument or the means by which we are obtaining the knowledge. Then what is pramana? Pramayaha karanam pramanam. The instrument for getting the real knowledge or the means for getting the real knowledge is called as pramana. Pramiyate anena iti pramanam. The thorough knowledge or through which the real knowledge is obtained, that is called as pramana. Yathartha anubhavaha prama tat satanam cha pramanam. We've already seen that prama means the real knowledge, and how we are obtaining this prama, that is called as pramana. The pramanas which are accepted in Darshana Shastra, different numbers of pramanas has been accepted. Charvaka Darshana has accepted only one pramana, that is Prathaksha. Vaisheshika, Bauddha and Jaina Darshana has accepted two, that is Prathaksha and Anumana. Vedanta Darshana has accepted three pramanas, that is Prathaksha, Anumana and Shabda. Sankhya and Yoga also the same numbers has been accepted. Nyaya Darshana has accepted four pramanas, they are Prathaksha, Anumana, Upamana and Shabda. Similarly, different acharyas has accepted different numbers of pramanas. And in Ayurveda Shastra, the different acharyas have told different numbers of pramanas and they have accepted it in different ways. And Charaka Samhita has accepted three pramanas and they are Aptopatesha, Prathaksha and Anumana. While in Sushruta Samhita, four pramanas has been accepted. They are Agama, Prathaksha, Anumana and Upamana. The parikshas accepted by Charaka Samhita are Aptopadesha, Prathaksha, Anumana and Yukti. So the term called as Yukti is being included in Charaka Samhita, as it is a medical science. We need the Yukti, that is the logical reasoning for the proper management. So this Yukti has been included in the pariksha context as per the Charaka Samhita. Moving with the details of Aptopadesha Pramana. Aptopadesho nama aptavachanam. The authoritative instructions by the person who is trustworthy is called as aptopadesha. Aptastu yathartha vakta. The apta is the one who tells the vishayas as it is, or the true knowledge which is being transformed from one person, that is considered as apta. Apta Lakshana, the person who have conquered Rajas and Tamas through their Tapobala. They have the knowledge of the past, present and future. they are called as Shishta or Vibhuddha, as they are being learned or they have the proper knowledge, and their words are considered as authoritative and they always speak the truth. Such people are called as Apta, and the words or the things what these Aptas are telling, that is considered as Aptopatesha. Aptavakyam Shabdaha. So whatever these Aptas are telling, that is called as Shabda, and Shabdo Nama Varna Samanyayaha. The union of letters is called as Shabda, and there are 4 types, that is Drishtartha, Adrishtartha, Satya and Anrata. Drishtartha means the meaning of the Shabda which is perceived through Prathaksha Pramana. Adrishtartha means meaning of the Shabda which is perceived through the Anumana Pramana. Satya means the facts or the true words, and Anrata means the statements contrary or the untruth or false things. Next is the Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti. A word will reveal different meanings at different contexts. So literally the Shabdartha doesn't express the proper meaning. So techniques which are helpful to understand the proper meaning of a Shabda at that particular context is called as Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti. So different types of vrittis are there. They are Abhida Vritti, Lakshana Vritti, Vinjana Vritti and Tatparya Vritti. First is Abhida Vritti, that gives the meaning of a Shabda directly, that is Sarthaka Shabda it is called, that is meaning expressed by the Abhida Vritti. Sarthaka Shabda is of 3 types, that is Rudha, Yaukika and Yoga Rudha. That is what the words which is being used in practice, we will get the knowledge, or while by hearing of particular word we will be obtaining the knowledge. That direct meaning of a word is obtained, that is called as Abhida Vritti. Lakshana Vritti gives the secondary meaning of the Shabda, that we have to understand, by the context we have to understand, or the secondary meaning will be obtained. Vinjana Vritti, indirect word or expression used instead of direct words, that is some other terms will be used, that is called as Vinjana Vritti. And Tatparya Vritti, based on the context or based on the situation or circumstances, we have to understand what meaning that word has, that is called as Tatparya Vritti. Next is Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Vakyam Pata Samuha. So already we have seen what is Shabda. When these Shabdas are combined together, we get a Vakya or a sentence. So the Pada means single word or a group of syllables which has the power to convey a specific meaning is called as Vakya. Pada, and a group of significant word is called as Vakya. That is Pada Samuha is called as Vakya. And Vakyartha Jnana Hetu means the factors which are responsible for understanding the proper meaning of a Vakya. As we have seen in Shabda, we need technical terms to understand the proper meaning of the Shabda in different contexts. Similarly, when these Shabdas are combined together, we get a Vakya. To understand the proper meaning of this Vakya, we need certain technical terms. They are called as Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. They are Akanksha, Yogyata and Sannidhi. Akanksha means inability to convey the meaning by any word in absence of another word. That is, if a Vakya is there, if a sentence is there, there should be the proper connection of the words. If any word is missing, that word or that sentence cannot give the complete meaning. That is called as Akanksha. Then comes the Yogyata. Meaning of word is contradicted by incompatible word, that is absence of obstruction. If there is no obstruction, then we will get the proper meaning. That is, if there is no absence of words or absence of contradictory words or absence of obstruction, we will be getting the proper knowledge of that particular sentence. And Sannidhi, proper gap between words while pronouncing. So while pronouncing a particular sentence, we should have the proper distancing or proper gap should be given between the words. Then only we will be getting the proper meaning. So these are the 3 Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Next is the Shaktigraha Hetu. That is, meaning of a word may differ as per the context. So tools by which we can understand this meaning of a particular word is called as Shaktigraha Hetu. They are Vyakarana, Upamana, Kosha, Aptavakya, Vyakarana means the dhatu, prakriti, pratyaya, vibhakti, such all grammatical terms are considered as Vyakarana. Upamana means meaning of an unknown word by the similarity with the non-substance. Kosha means the dictionary which will be having the meaning of a particular word in different contexts. And also synonyms will be present. Aptavakya, the experts will be telling the clear meaning of a particular word, that is called as Aptavakya. Vyavahara, the routine or tradition which helps us to understand, or the daily activities, or by the practice we will be knowing the meaning of different words or shabdas or vakyas, that is called as Vyavahara. Vakya Shesha, assuming the words which are missing from the context. If a particular word is missing, by assuming what could be that particular word, we will be understanding, or we could fill up the sentence and get the meaning. That is called as Vakya Shesha. Vivritti, description or interpretation through elaborating the word. So deep knowledge of a particular word, or going into deep into that particular sentence or word, we will get more knowledge or more clear idea about that. That is called as Vivritti. And Siddha Pada Sanitya, proximity of things, helps to understand the meaning. Next is Pratyaksha Pramana. Aksham Aksham Pratitya Utpadyade iti Pratyaksham. The knowledge which is perceived by the contact of Indriya is called as Pratyaksha. Atmendriya Manoarthanam Sannikarshat Pravartade Vyakta Tadatve Ya Buddhihi Pratyaksham Sa Nigadyate. So the knowledge obtained by the combination of Atma, Mana, Indriya and Indriyartha is called as Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha Bheda. It is of two types mainly, that is Savikalpaka and Nirvikalpaka Pratyaksha. Savikalpaka Pratyaksha is again classified into two, that is Laukika and Alaukika. And Laukika is again classified into two, that is Bahya and Abhyantara. Bahya Pratyaksha is of different types, that is Chakshusha, Srautra, Ghranaja, Rasana and Twacha. And Abhyantara Pratyaksha is based on the Manas, that is whatever we are obtaining through the Manas, that is called as Abhyantara Pratyaksha. Alaukika is of again three types, that is Samanya Lakshana Pratyasati, Jnana Lakshana Pratyasati and Yogaja. And this Yogaja is again classified into two, that is Yukta and Yunjana. The another concept or term which comes under the Pratyaksha Pramana is called as Sannikarsha. That is, Sannikarsha means the union or the combination. So whenever this Atma, Indriya, Indriyartha and along with that Manas combines together, or when the Indriya and Indriyartha are having a particular union, then the Pratyaksha Pramana will be occurring, or the knowledge through the Pratyaksha will be obtained. So that Sannikarsha is of different types, that is Samyoga Sannikarsha, Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha and Visheshana Vishesha Bhava Sannikarsha. So for example, Samyoga Sannikarsha means the Chakshu and Khada. That is, whenever we are seeing a pot, the eyes and the pot will be having a connection. That is called as Samyoga Sannikarsha. The Chakshu and Khata Rupa, that is the shape, size, that of the pot, what we see through our eyes, that connection with the eyes is called as Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Then Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha means the eyes will be getting the Rupatva Jati of that particular pot also. So whenever we are seeing, we will see the pot, the Khada Rupa will be seen and the Khada Rupatva Jati will also be seen. So that is considered as Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Next is Samavaya Sannikarsha, that is Srotra and Shabda is the example. That is the Srotra, the ear is having the, or ear is the substratum for perceiving the Shabda. That Samavaya Sambandha is considered as Samavaya Sannikarsha. And Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, for example, Srotrendriya and Shabdatva. That is, the Srotrendriya will be having the predominance of Akasha Mahabhuta, which will be perceiving this Shabda Guna. So that is considered as Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. And Visheshana Vishesha Bhava Sannikarsha, the perception of Abhava. whichever is there or absence of something, or there was a pot, we have seen that pot, and in the absence of a pot we can tell that there is no pot. So the present perception of the abhava is considered as visheshana visheshya bhava sannikarsha. Next is indriya. Pratyaksha pramana needs indriya. By the indriyartha sannikarsha we are obtaining the pratyaksha jnana. So what is indriya? Indrasya lingam indriya. The lakshana of Indra is called as Indriya. Indra Atma tasya sadhanam Indriya. Indra means Atma, and how this Atma or Indra is getting the Jnana, that is considered as Indriya. And two types of Indriyas are there, that is Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. The Jnanendriyas are Shrotra, Tvak, Chakshu, Jihva and Krana, and Karmendriyas are Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu and Upastha. And again one more Indriya is called as Ubhayendriya, that is considered as the Manas. Next comes the topic of Panchapanchaka, that is Indriya and Indriyarthas are there, and along with that, which is different other contexts such as the Dravya, Adhisthana, Artha, Buddhi, etc. So when all these together combines together, we can call it as Panchapanchaka. So Indriya is Srotrendriya, Dravya is Akasha, Adhisthana is Karna, Artha is Shabda, and Buddhi is Srotra Buddhi. Next is Sparshanendriya. Dravya is Vayu, Tvak is the Adhisthana, Sparsha is the Artha, and Sparshana Buddhi. And Chakshurendriya, Agni is the Dravya, Akshi Adhisthana, Rupa is Artha, and Chakshur Buddhi. Rasanendriya, Jala is the Dravya, Jihva is the Adhisthana, Rasa is the Artha, and Rasana Buddhi. And Kranendriya, Prithvi is the Dravya, Nasa is the Adhisthana, Gandha is the Artha, and Kranaja Buddhi. Trayodasha Karana. So there are especially two types of Karana, that is Antakarana and Bahya Karana. The Indriyas, that is the Jnanendriya and Karmendriya is generally called as this Karana, and along with that Buddhi, Ahankara and Manas is also called as Karana. These Karanas will help in obtaining the proper knowledge. So Antakarana is Buddhi, Ahankara and Mana, and Bahya Karanas are Pancha Jnanendriyas and Pancha Karmendriyas. So whenever these Antakaranas and Bahya Karana, that is 13 Karanas are present in the proper or coordinated in the proper way, then we will be obtaining the proper knowledge. Pratyaksha Anupalabdhi Karana. So already we have seen Pratyaksha, by the Pratyaksha Pramana we will be obtaining that knowledge. But there are certain situations or conditions in which we won't obtain the Pratyaksha Jnana. Though the Atma, Manas, Indriya, Indriyartha, Sannikarsha is there, we don't get the proper knowledge through the Pratyaksha Pramana. Such conditions are called as Pratyaksha Anupalabdhi Karana. So they are Ati Sannikarsha, Ati Viprakarsha, Avarana, Karana Daurbalya. That is, Ati Sannikarsha means very close to the eyes. Ati Viprakarsha means distant objects, or the objects which are very far. Avarana, in between if any obstruction is there. Karana Daurbalya, defect of Indriya. That is, if any defect in the Indriya, if hearing problem is there, then the proper hearing won't be there. Or if any of the ear or any anatomical or physiological problems in the ear is there, then proper hearing won't be present. So such is called as Karana Daurbalya. Any Antakarana or Bahya Karana, if any problems are there, that will lead to the Pratyaksha Anupalabdhi. Then Mano Anavasthana, Samana Abhihara, Abhibhava and Ati Saukshmya. Mano Anavasthana, that is Manas is not in the combination. That is Manas, Atma, Indriya, Indriyartha, Sannikarsha should be there. If Manas is not properly coordinated, then the Jnana won't be obtained. Samana Abhihara, that is identifying the object from a group of similar things. That is, from a group of same things we can't pick up. Like for example, if a heap of grains are there, we can't pick up one particular grain which we have put into that, because everything is similar. So picking up one from a similar things is considered as Samana Abhihara, because we cannot differentiate that. Then Abhibhava, object defeated by powerful object. If sun rays will be more or powerful, because of that we cannot see the moon. So such is an example for Abhibhava. One thing will be hidden by the other powerful object. And ati saukshmya. Two minute objects also we cannot see or which we cannot perceive with our naked eyes or by the Prathaksha Pramana. Next, moving to the Anumana Pramana. Anupashat miyate jnayate anena iti anumanam. So pramana through which the knowledge is obtained afterwards, that is after the Prathaksha Pramana, we will get the knowledge by this Anumana Pramana. Sadhana sadhya vijnanam anumanam. So the knowledge about sadhana and sadhya is called as Anumana. So sadhya means that which is to be proved, and sadhana means the reason or means or hetu by which we can prove that. Anumiti karanam anumanam. So getting the knowledge of an object by inferring is called as anumana. Anumanam khalu tarko yukti. So the inferential knowledge perceived through establishing the relation between hetu and sadhya is called as anumana. So the different technical terms which we use in Anumana Pramanas. First is Anumiti, that is the real knowledge obtained through the Anumana Pramana is called as Anumiti. Then Sadhya, that which has to be proved is called as Sadhya. Paksha, the place where Sadhya is to be proved is called as Paksha. It is of two types, that is Sapaksha and Vipaksha. Sapaksha is the place where the Sadhya will be present, and Vipaksha is the place where the Sadhya is absent. Hetu, the factors by which we are trying to prove that sadhya is called as hetu. It is of two types, that is sadhetu and asadhetu. Sadhetu means the hetus or the reasons by which we can prove the sadhya, and asadhetu, the hetu by which we cannot prove the sadhya. Another classification of hetu is kevala anvayi, kevala vyatireki and anvaya vyatireki. Kevala anvayi means where hetu exists, sadhya also exists. For example, fire in the kitchen. Kevala vyatireki, where sadhya does not exist, there hetu will also not be present. For example, in the lake, fire won't be present. Anvaya vyatireki, the positive and negative relation can be proved. That is, wherever there is dhuma, there is agni. That is the positive thing. And where there is no agni, there is no dhuma. That is, in the negative way also we can prove the hetu and sadhya. So these are the three other classification of hetu. Then comes the Vyapti. The relation between Hetu and Sadhya is called as Vyapti. It is of two types, that is Anvaya Vyapti and Vyatireka Vyapti. Anvaya Vyapti means the positive correlation and Vyatireka Vyapti means the negative correlation. So for example, if wherever there is Agni, etra etra dhumaha tatra tatra vanni. Wherever there is dhuma, there is Agni. That is a positive correlation, that is called as Anvaya Vyapti. And wherever there is no Agni, there won't be dhuma. That is the negative correlation, and that is considered as Vyatireka Vyapti. Then comes the Drishtanta. For proving a sadhya with all the other things, like by the help of hetu, we need an example to prove that. That example by which we prove the vyapti is called as Drishtanta. Next is Paksha Dharmada, that is the tendency of hetu to be present in the Paksha is called as Paksha Dharmada, and knowledge of this Paksha Dharmada is called as Paramarsha. Next is Sadhetu Lakshana. So Sadhetu means the hetu by which we can prove the sadhya. So Pakshe Sattvam, hetu existing in the Paksha. Sapakshe Sattvam, that hetu will be present in the Sapaksha also. Vipakshe Vyavrutatvam, absence of hetu in the Vipaksha. The hetu won't be present in the Vipaksha. Asat Pratipakshatva, that is absence of contradictory hetu to prove the sadhya. There will be only one hetu, and that hetu will be able to prove the sadhya in the paksha, that is asat pratipakshatva. And abadhitatva, absence of contradictory pramanas, that is with any other pramanas we cannot prove, or by all the other pramanas also we will be able to prove the sadhya in the paksha. So that is considered as sadhetu, that is pakshe sattvam, sapakshe sattvam, vipakshe vyavrutatvam, asat pratipakshatva and abadhitatva. So these are the lakshanas of sadhetu. Next is asat hetu, or also called as ahetu. So Prakaranasama ahetu, Samshayasama ahetu and Varnyasama ahetu are the three types of ahetu. That is, Prakaranasama ahetu means the paksha itself becomes the hetu. So in such conditions we cannot prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. So that is called as Prakaranasama ahetu. Then comes Samshayasama ahetu. The hetu first it creates a doubt. Then that hetu itself will be taken for the proving of that sadhya or clearing that doubt also. So such hetus are called as Samshayasama hetu. Whenever a samshaya or a doubt is being provided or a doubt is being created by the hetu, that hetu is considered as Samshayasama ahetu. And Varnyasama ahetu, sadhya is doubted even in sapaksha and hetu does not prove drishtanta also. So we cannot clearly tell that sadhya is present in that paksha, and also that drishtantas we cannot give, or the proper examples we cannot give, illustrations cannot be provided. Such conditions we call it as Varnyasama ahetu. So ahetu or asat hetu means by that particular hetu we cannot prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. So there are three types: Prakaranasama ahetu, Samshayasama ahetu and Varnyasama ahetu. The same ahetu or asat hetu is called as hetwabhasa in Darshana Shastra, or especially in Tarka Sangraha. This hetwabhasa is of 5 types, that is Savyabhijara hetwabhasa, Viruttha hetwabhasa, Satpratpaksha hetwabhasa, Asitha hetwabhasa and Bhatita hetwabhasa. Savyabhijara hetwabhasa, single hetu connected with different sadhya. That is, already in Sat hetu we have seen that there should not be any other contradictory hetu to disprove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. So if there are more than one hetu, or if a single hetu is connected with different sadhya, then that particular hetu cannot prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. So if more than one hetu is present, it becomes a hetu, and that is called as Savyabhijara hetwabhasa. This Savyabhijara hetwabhasa is again classified into 3, that is Sadharana Savyabhijara hetwabhasa, Asadharana Savyabhijara hetwabhasa and Anupasamhari Savyabhijara hetwabhasa. So Sadharana is hetu seen in places of absence of sadhya also. So hetu should be present wherever the sadhya is present. That is, if we have to prove the presence of dhuma in Parvata where Agni is present, then that sadhya should be present in the paksha. Then only by that hetu we can prove that. But if the hetu is present in the places where sadhya is absent, that is considered as Sadharana Savyabhijara hetwabhasa. Next comes the Asadharana Savyabhijara. That is, hetu is present in the paksha but absent in the sapaksha and vipaksha. So hetu will be present in the paksha. For example, dhuma is present in the parvata but it is absent in sapaksha and vipaksha. So such conditions we call it as asadharana savyabhijara hetwabhasa. And Anupasamhari Savyabhijara hetwabhasa, hetu has no anvaya or vyatireka drishtanta. So Anvaya and Vyatireka, that is positive and negative correlation between hetu and sadhya, is Anvaya and Vyatireka. Such both, if either Anvaya or Vyatireka drishtantas should be there to prove a particular sadhya. If both Anvaya and Vyatireka drishtantas are absent, then such hetus we call it as Anupasamhari Savyabhijara hetwabhasa. Next is Viruttha hetwabhasa. Hetu has vyapti with contradictory sadhya, that is sadhya abhava. If a particular sadhya is not there, with that sadhya abhava this hetu is having vyapti, then we consider it as viruttha. That is, viruttha means contradictory. So it is having the vyapti with the contradictory sadhya, that is called as viruttha hetwabhasa. Then Sat Pratipaksha hetwabhasa, that is another hetu is there to disprove this sadhya. So already in the Sat hetu it has been told there will not be or there should not be any other hetu to disprove the sadhya. So here Sat Pratipaksha, the presence of contradictory hetu. Another hetu will be there to disprove this sadhya. Next is Asitha, that is hetu does not prove the sadhya. It is of different types, that is Ashraya Asitha, Swarupa Asitha and Vyapyatva Asitha. Ashraya Asitha means hetu cannot prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. Ashraya means the place where it location or it is taking a substratum. So here the paksha is the Ashraya and hetu cannot prove the presence of the sadhya in the paksha. We have to prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha. For that we are using this particular hetu. If that hetu cannot prove the presence of sadhya in the paksha, we consider it as Ashraya Asitha hetu abhasa. Then comes in the Swarupa Asitha, that is hetu does not exist in paksha during a particular time. While we are telling or while we are trying to prove a particular sadhya in the paksha, at that particular moment that hetu may not be present in the paksha. Another time or other times the hetu may be present in the paksha, but whenever we are trying to prove the particular sadhya in the paksha, the hetu may not be present in that particular paksha in that particular moment. That is called as Swarupa Asitha Hetuabhasa. Then comes the Vyapyatva Asitha Hetuabhasa. The hetu has no relation with the sadhya but can be proved with certain conditions called as upadhi. So we have seen vyapti should be there, that is the relation between hetu and sadhya should be present. Either vyatireka or anvaya vyapti should be present. If there is no vyapti in between this hetu and sadhya, but with the help of certain conditions, that is called as upadhi. So by that particular conditions we can prove the hetu. Such thing we call it as Vyapyatva Asitha. Vyapti is not present. So Vyapyatva Asitha Hetuabhasa. And last is Bhatita, that is by another pramanas we can disprove the sadhya in the paksha. That is called as Bhatita Hetuabhasa. Next is the types of Anumana, that is Anumana Bheda. So Nyaya Darshana and Charaka Samhita has told about the same types but in different terms. So Nyaya Darshana has termed it as Purvavat Anumana, Sheshavat Anumana and Samanyado Drishta Anumana. While in Charaka Samhita the terms are Karanat Karya Anumana, Karyat Karana Anumana and Samanyado Darshanat Anumana. So what is Purvavat Anumana or Karanat Karya Anumana? The inference of Karya from Karna, that is Karanat Karya Anumana. From the Karana, Karya is being inferred. That is Bhavishyat Kala Karya is inferred from Prathaksha Karna. Karana is present and the Bhavishyat Kala or future thing we are trying to predict. The Karya is being predicted. For example, Bijat Anagada Bhalam. One seed is there and we are predicting the fruit or the tree which will come out of that particular seed. That is Karana is here. We are predicting the future Karya which will come afterwards. That is Purvavat Anumana or Karanat Karya Anumana. Next is Sheshavat Anumana or Karyat Karana Anumana. Here the Karana is being inferred. That is from the Karya, Karana is inferred. Karyat Karana Anumana. Bhudakalina Karana is inferred from the Prathaksha Karya. Karya is here. Prathaksha is the Karya or the result or the action is the Prathaksha. From this Prathaksha Karya, we are inferring what happened before or previously in the past. That is, Bhutakala Karana is being inferred. For example, Maithunam Garbha Darshanat. By seeing the Garbha, we are inferring about the Maithuna Karma. Garbha is the Karya which is present in the Prathaksha and we are inferring the Karana, that is Maithuna, which had occurred in the past. Next is Samanyado Drishta Anumana or Samanyado Darshanat Anumana. Inference done by the Linka Lingi Sambandha. So we are trying to generalize something. Samanyado Drishta. That is by seeing or by one inference or by one experience, we are trying to generalize that particular relation. The Linga Lingi Sambandha we are trying to generalize. That is called as Samanyado Drishta Anumana. That is, for example, we are seeing the Dhuma and we understand that there is Agni and we are trying to generalize that wherever there is Dhuma, there will be Agni. So these are the three types of Anumana. As per Tarka Sangraha, there are another two types of Anumana, that is Swarthanumana and Pararthanumana. Swarthanumana means the Jnana Utpatti is expected for one's own knowledge or for ourselves, and Pararthanumana, after we get the knowledge, we have to explain it to some other people. So that is called as Pararthanumana, and this explanation of one thing to another one or other persons is being done using Panchaveva Vakya. These Panchaveva Vakyas are Pratiknya, Hetu, Udaharana, Upanaya and Nigamana. Pratiknya means the hypothetical statement or what we have to prove, that is Pratiknya. Hetu, the reasons by which we are trying to prove. Udaharana, the examples which we give to prove that. And Upanaya, the correlation. And Nigamana, finally conclusion. Next is Yukti Pramana. Buddhi pashyati ya bhavan bahukarana yogajan yuktis trikala sakneya trivargaha sadhyate yeya. So the knowledge perceived after analyzing of multiple factors is called as yukti. For example, sasya sambhava, that is the crop or the yield what we obtain. It is because of the combination of different things such as the proper irrigation, that is jala, then the proper ploughing or karshana, then good seed or bija, and the proper time, that is ritu. So whenever these all factors combine together, then will be proper yield will be obtained. Similarly, Garbha is the combination of Shadhatu Samyoga, that is the combination of Panchamahabhuta and Atma, and also Agni, the combination of Madhya, Manthana and Manthana. So how to apply these things or how to logically combine all these factors for a proper result is called as Yukti. Next is Upamana Pramana. Upamiyate anena iti upamanam. The means through which the knowledge of similar substance is obtained is called as upamana. And the upamiti karanam upamanam. The instrument to attain upamiti is called as upamana. The upamiti is the knowledge which we obtain through upamana pramana. And prasiddha sadharmya sadhya sadhanam upamanam. So the knowledge obtained by comparison or the similarity of sadharmya or the similarity of the substances, that is considered as upamana pramana. Moving with the next topic, Karya Karana Siddhanta. The Karya means result or action, and Karana means the cause or reason. So different theories has been developed to substantiate this relation between Karya and Karana. That is how this Karya and Karana are having the relationship that has been put forth or that has been established by different theories, by different acharyas. So Karana Lakshanas. Karya niyata purva vritti ananyatha siddhatve sadi karanam. So that which is present before the karyotpatti is called as karana, and karyotpadakatvam karanatvam. That which is responsible or that which can produce or that which has the capability to produce the karya is called as karana. So the main three lakshanas of karanas are niyata purva vritti, Karyotpadakatvam and Ananyatha Siddhi. Niyata Purva Vritti means it should be present before the production of Karya itself. Karyotpadakatvam, it should be capable of producing that particular Karya, and Ananyatha Siddhi. That is, from one particular Karana, one particular Karya will be produced. Other than that Karana, the Karya cannot be produced. So these are the three lakshanas of Karana. Karana Bheda, mainly three types of Karanas are there, that is Samavayi Karana, Asamavayi Karana and Nimitta Karana. Samavayi Karana, the Karana by which Karya is produced, that is the main or the important factor which is responsible for the production of Karya is considered as Samavayi Karana. Asamavayi Karana, the other factors which are responsible for the production or for the manifestation of the Karya is considered as Asamavayi Karana. And Nimitta Karana, there are certain other factors which is responsible for the production. That is, other than this Samavayi and Asamavayi Karana, the other factors which are responsible for the production of Karya. That will be for that particular moment. During the production of Karya, that Nimitta Karanas will be responsible. After that or before that such Karanas may not be present. So such kinds of Karanas are called as Nimitta Karana. So this, for example, Pata is the Karya, that is the cloth is Karya. And Samavayi Karana is also called as Upadana Karana, that is the Tantu, that is the thread is considered as the Samavayi Karana, without which we cannot produce the cloth. And Asamavayi Karana is again of two types, that is Karyena Saha Asamavayi Karana and Karanena Saha Asamavayi Karana. This Asamavayi Karana leads or gives the relationship between the Karya and Karana. So it is of two types, that is either it will be related with the Karya or it will be related with the Karana itself. So Karyena Saha Asamavayi Karana, for example, the Tantu Samyoga. That is when we combine together this Tantu or thread, then will be the cloth will be produced. If Tantu is there but it is not getting united or it is not joined together, then we won't get the cloth. So Tantu Samyoga is considered as the Karyena Saha Asamavayi Karana. That is, that Tantu Samyoga will lead to the Karya. Next is Karanena Saha Asamavayi Karana. That is the relation which is with the Karana itself. That is Tandu Rupa. That is the color or the nature of the Tantu or the thread. That will determine the quality or the nature of that particular cloth also. So that Karana is dependent or that relation is associated with the Karana. That is called as Karanena Saha Asamavayi Karana. So these are the two types of Asamavayi Karana. And finally, the Nimitta Karana, other factors or other things which is responsible for the manifestation of a cloth, like for example the weaving machine or the brush or the temperature, light, everything constitutes the Nimitta Karana. So the Samavayi Karana, Asamavayi Karana and Nimitta Karana are the three types of Karana. Karya. Karyam prag abhavo atiyogi. Prag atiyogi. The bhava, that which is produced from the Karana, is called as Karya. That is what which is being produced from the Karana. That is called as Karya. Next, to prove this Karya and Karana, different kinds of theories has been put forth. That one kind of theory is called as Sadkaryavata. It is the important principle which is being put forth by Sankhya Darshana. They are telling that there is no difference between Karya and Karana, and this Karya is being present in the Karana itself before its manifestation. That is, the Karya is in the unmanifested form in the Karana, and by certain process or procedures, this Karya will come into the Vyakta Rupa or in the manifested form. So for example, butter is present in the milk itself, but we cannot separate that milk and butter in the milk, but by certain processes or by the churning processes or by certain other properties or processes, we will get that Avyakta Navanita into the Vyakta Avastha. So this is considered as Sadkaryavata. That is, Karya is present in the Karana itself in the unmanifested form. To prove this Sadkaryavata or to establish the relation between this Karya and Karana, they have told different factors or certain lakshanas has been mentioned. They are Asat Akaranat, Upadana Grahanat, Shaktasya Shakya Karanat, Sarvasambhava Abhavat and Karana Bhavat. So Asat Akaranat means that which is not really existing cannot be produced. That is, if we have to produce a particular object, we should have or that should be present somewhere. Without that presence, we cannot produce anything. For example, if we need a flower, from that plant only we get the flower. From other or any other areas or any other things we won't get the flower or we cannot produce the flower. So it should be present or the flower should be present or anything what we want, it should be present in an unmanifested form which we have to convert into that particular object. So Karya is already present in the Karana. Next is Upadana Grahanat. From the required material only we have to produce the Karya. That is, if we have to produce a table, then we should take the wood. So whatever materials are required or necessary, we have to approach that particular material, and from that material we can produce the Karya which is present already in the Karana. Next is Shaktasya Shakya Karanat. That is capability of the Karana to produce that particular Karya. We already seen to produce a table or a chair or a furniture, we need wood. But wood should be capable of producing that particular furniture. If the wood is not in the proper avastha or if it is in the Jirna avastha, then we cannot produce that particular furniture. So that is Shaktasya Shakya Karanat. It should be capable of producing that particular Karya. Next is Sarvasambhava Abhavat. Because everything cannot be produced from anything. Like cloth can be produced from the tandu. From other materials we cannot produce the cloth, or pata cannot be produced. So for particular Karya, one particular Karana will be there. From that particular Karana only we can produce that particular Karya. And with other things we cannot produce. That is, one Karya cannot be produced from many other Karanas. Next is Karana Bhavat, that Karya is existing in the Karana itself. That is, in the Bija itself that Vriksha is present, or from that Bija it will manifest into a Vriksha after some times. So these are the Lakshanas, or these are the points which Sankhya Darshana has put forth to establish the Sadkaryavata. They are Asat Akaranat, Upadana Grahanat, Shaktasya Shakya Karanat, Sarvasambhava Abhavat and Karana Bhavat. Next is Asat Karyavata. Nyaya Darshana has put forth this theory, and they are telling that Karya is not pre-existing in the Karana, and Karya and Karana are different as per them, and Karana Nasha has to happen for the Karyotpati. This is regarding Asat Karyavata, and they also have put forth certain conditions of Lakshanas to prove this Asat Karyavata. They are Buddhi Bheda, Saknya Bheda, Rupa or Akara Bheda, Karma or Karya Bheda and Sankhya Bheda. So why we can't say, or how we can say that Karya and Karana are different? That is told by Buddhi Bheda, that is difference in the identity. For example, mud and pot. So they are having different names, or different identity is there. That is, mud is unstructured but pot is being structured. Then Saknya Bheda, difference in the name. So each things we will be having a particular name. The Karana is having one name and Karya is having another one name. So that is Saknya Bheda. Then Rupa or Akara Bheda. So difference in the structure. For example, mud is in the form of particles. It does not have any shape, but pot is having a particular shape. So that is the difference in the shape, or difference in the structure is present in the Karya and Karana. And Karma or Karya Bheda, difference in the functions. Mud we can use for preparation of pot, or for the construction of buildings, etc. We can use mud. But pot we use for storing water or such other properties or functions, we use the pot. So the functions are also different for the Karya and Karana. And lastly, Sankhya Bheda, that is the difference in the number. Or we can count the Karya, but we cannot count the Karana. Or these are the differences in the Karya and Karana. So as there are differences in these Karya and Karana in these factors such as Buddhi, Saknya, Rupa, Karma and Sankhya, we can tell that Karya and Karana are different, and these are the reasons by which Asat Karyavada tries to prove that Karya is not pre-existing in the Karana. Next is Parinamavada. This is being postulated by Sankhya Darshana, and Parinama means the change or transformation, and it is also called as Rupantara or Vikara, and the object will change from its original form and that transform into another form, that is called as Parinama. And this Parinamavada is being explained by Sankhya Darshana in the form of Srishti Utpatti Krama. That is, from Avyakta, Mahat will occur. From Mahat, Ahankara. From Ahankara, Sattvika, Rajasika, Tamasiga, Ahankaras are there. From Sattvika and Rajasika Ahankara, Ekadasha Indriya. And from Rajasika and Tamasika Ahankara, Panchatanmatra. And from that, Panchamahabhuta will be occurring. So this is the Parinama, transformation of one thing into another. Next is regarding Pilo Pagavada. Again, another theory related with the transformation or Paga. So this is being postulated by Vaisheshika Darshana. It is related to Paka Kriya. That is, Pilo means Paramanu. That is, the Paga or the transformation is occurring at the Paramanu level is being explained by Pilo Pagavada. That, for example, they have given an unbaked pot or khada will be black in color, and when we bake or when we apply the temperature, it will become colorless, and when again we apply the heat, it will attain the red color appearance and a new pot will be formed. And this transformation is occurring in the Paramanu level, or each molecular level or atomic level. This transformation will be occurring. So that is being told as Pilupaka Vada. So Paka means transformation in a Dravya due to the temperature or administration of temperature. The changes what happens is called as Paka. So for example, the ripening of the fruit, that is considered as a Paka. So one pot, unbaked pot, we will bake and it will comes into baked pot, and that color changes will occur, or the Paka will be occurring. So that transformation is occurring in the Pilu or in the atomic level. Next is Pithara Pagavada. It is being told by Nyaya Darshana, and it is also related to Paga Kriya, and Pithara means Pinda or mass. So here the Paga is occurring in the mass level, is being told by Nyaya Darshana. That is, when we are baking a pot, that transformation of that pot will be occurring in the hall, or that hall pot will be transformed into a new one. That is being told in the Pithara Pagavada. Next is Paramanu Vada. It is told by Vaisheshika Darshana, and 4 dimensions are there for every object, that is Anu, Mahad, Hrasva and Dirgha. And the properties of Paramanus have been mentioned as Sukshma, Indriyatita and Niraveva. So what is Paramanu? Paramanu means Jalandara Gade Bhanoho Yat Sukshmam Drishyate Rachaha Tasya Shashtatamo Bhagaha Paramanu Sa Ujyate. So through a hall, through a window during the sunlight, or the sunlight will enter in through a hall or a window, and we can see the dust particles in that sunlight. So that dust particles which are visible to our eyes, that is the 1/6 portion of that particular dust particle, is called as Paramanu. So whenever the sunlight comes through a window opening or an opening, and we can see the dust particles in that sunlight, that 1/6 portion of that dust particle what we see is called as Paramanu. And these 2 Paramanus will combine together to form Dvayanuka. 3 Dvayanukas combine to form the Trasarenu, which is in the visible form. 3 Trasarenus will combine together from the Chaturanaka, and this union continues till the Sthula Dravya is being formed. And this union starts with the Ishvara Ichha. Next is Vivartavata. It is being postulated by Advaita Vedanta. The word Vivarta means Bhranti or illusion. As per this Vivartavada, attainment of knowledge of substance other than its real is considered as Vivartavada. Or like for example, in the dark or in the night we are seeing a rope and we are misunderstanding it as a snake. So not understanding the thing as it is or not as actual, that is considered as Vivartavada. And it is being told that everything in this universe is an illusion or Bhranti or Brahma or Maya, and we whatever we are seeing is not real, and this transformation is also not real. That is being told by this Vivartavada. Next is Kshanabhanguravada. It is postulated by Bauddha Darshana. They are telling that everything in this universe is not static and eternal. Everything is momentary. At the first moment, everything will be produced. It will be maintained for the next moment, and the third moment it will get destroyed. So there is a cause for creation, but there is no cause for destruction, is being told by Kshanabhanguravada. The Kshana word means moment, and Bhangura means destruction. So there is no reason for the destruction of a particular thing. There is a reason for, or a cause or reason for the production of a particular thing, but there is no reason for the destruction of a thing. It will automatically get destroyed. That is called as Kshanabhankura Vada. Next is Swabhavoparamavada. It is almost similar to that of Kshanabhanguravada. This Swabhavoparamavada is being told in Charaka Samhita. This is the main fundamental principle of Ayurvedic treatment. So Swabhava means natural and Uparama means destruction. That is, there is no cause for the destruction of a thing, or natural destruction without any cause or reason is called as Swabhava Uparama Vata. And as it is how it is helping in the treatment, Jayante Hetu Vaishamyat Vishama Deha Dhatavaha Hetu Samyat Samastesham Swabhavo Paramaha Sada. So Dosha Vaishamya will be occurring, it will lead to the Dhatu Vaishamya, and thus the Vikaras or Vyathis will be occurring. So when these doshas attain the Samyata, then automatically these Dhatus also will attain Samyata and the person will be free from the diseases. So this is being told as per the Charaka Samhita regarding the Swabhava Paramavata. Next is Swabhavavata. It is postulated by Charvaka Darshana. It is also called as Yadrishchavata. Swabhava means nature. So without any reason, that is, the world is produced spontaneously, or there is no reason for the production is being told in Swabhava Vada. That is, the heat of the fire or water is having the cool nature. These are all by the nature itself, these properties are present. So such properties or that which is present naturally is considered as Swabhava Vada. Next is Arambavata. It is told by Nyaya and Vaisheshika Darshana. It is creator is necessary for all creation is being mentioned by Arambavada. Ishvara is considered as the creator for all the objects, and Paramanu is the minutest level from which the creation starts, and this Paramanus also will combine together because of the Ishvara Ichha. So there is a creator, or there will be a creator, or one person is responsible, or a Karana is responsible for the production or manifestation of the Karya is being told in Arambavata. Next is Anikandavata. It is being postulated by Jaina Darshana. That is, every object has many guna, and as per different angles, the particular object will be having different opinions or different qualities will be present. So that is told as in Anekantavada, and it is also called as Syadvada or Saptabhangi Naya. That is based on the different angles, different opinions or different qualities will be present. So Syad Asti means some ways it is present or true or false. Syat Nasti, some ways it is not or it is false. And Syat Asticha, Syat Nasticha, it is either it is true or it is false. And Syat Avaktavyam, that which is undescribable. And Syat Asticha Avaktavyam, it is true but it cannot be described. Syat Nasticha Avaktavyam, it is false but we cannot describe. And Syat Asticha Nasticha Avaktavyam, it can be true or it can be false but it cannot be described. So in these 7 different ways we can explain one particular thing. That is based on the opinion or based on the angle in which we are looking into, we can have 7 types of opinion regarding a particular object. So this is called as Syadvada or Saptabhangi Naya. Today we have completed a portion of Fastrack revision series of paper 2 of Padartha Vijnana Evam Ayurveda Ithihasa. We will be completing the other portions in the upcoming videos. For more updates, please subscribe to the channel and follow the Instagram account. The short notes of this revision series is provided in the Telegram channel. Thank you. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.